Hello everyone, welcome back to the machine learning course. This is the lesson 2. So what we are going to do today we are going to discuss about the theoretical concepts of the what is machine learning and why data analysis is important. In lesson 1, I have explained about the basics of the Python, what is Python, why it is important. This was just like to refresh your Python skills. If you want to learn it in a detail, I have already shared the Python playlist link in the description box. So in this live session, you can post your questions. Definitely, if you have any doubt, if you have done the projects, you can share the link or notebook too in the chat. I will review it, and you can also ask or post your questions. Definitely, I will reply. In the meanwhile, we will discuss about start with the what is machine learning, because this is the lesson 2 of the course your machine learning. Either you are a beginner, intermediate, or you are at advanced level. This live session is good for everyone. If you are a beginner, it will help you to understand what is machine learning and important terms which we are going to use throughout the course, and why we use it, what are a different type of machine learning, what is data analysis, and so on. This is the part 1 of lesson 2 today. So let's start. If you have any question, you can keep posting your question in the chat. I will answer it at the end of the session. Okay, so let's start. So you can see on the screen here is what is machine learning. You can see the definition. It improves automatically through experience without being explicitly programmed. So you need to focus on explicitly programmed. This is the keyword and most important keyword for the definition of machine learning. Explicitly means you are going to program or train the machine one time. After that, it improve itself by understanding the relationship between the data and features, a relation between the independent features and the target with their experience. So this is called machine learning. So this is the just most simplest way to explain the definition of the machine learning. If I give you an example, suppose you are like going to train a robot, okay, and you are explain a one command to the robot. If someone is asking you how are you, you need to answer this like I am good, thank you. And second, you have added one more instruction like, how are you? But your robot answering only the first line. But by the time it will start learning more and more, first week it is only answering with the first line, I'm good. It is not like saying in answer, thank you. But after a 1 week, 2 week, your machine is going to learn by experience itself because you have trained it, and it will answer thank you to and the next question answer to. So this is the way how machine learning works. If I give you the another example, suppose you want to predict the sale price of the house. You have the data which contains the number of rooms and the number of your garage or area. You have a three features, and based on this you want to predict the sale price of the house. So you will give the data to the machine and then you will train it, right? But after once your model is trained, it give you the correct prediction. Let's say it is giving you the correct prediction out of 100, 95, maybe 90, maybe 80. But second time when you give the more data, it increases slowly. First time it give you the correct predictions 80, then 85, 90. This means it is improving itself. You don't need to instruct it again and again. So this is called explicitly programmed. This is the definition of machine learning. Now, why you use the machine learning? Here it automates the decision process. Definitely, right? Because if I give you again the example, same example, you are working in a real estate, you are building a one model that will predict the sale price of the house, right? And it automates the decision making process. Here no manual work is required. If your model is ready, it will take the decision. If you are giving the data, this much number of room, 5 number of room, this is the area of the house, this is the number of garage, and this what will be the price of the house. So your machine is itself like automate that decision making. It fasten the process, it helps you, it like reduce the cost. There are many benefits. Extract insights from a large data sets. Definitely. What is insights word? If you are a beginner, like you don't know what does it mean. Extract insights. Extract insights means you can again take an example of house sale price. So now if you want to like show graphically, if you have 100 records, out of 100 records you have a 20 records about the, if number of rooms are 5, this will be the price. So you are drawing the graph of that. You will show the one count with the number with the room number of 5, total 5, maybe there are 20 records, and with the room of number of rooms 2, there are 40 records, something like that. So this is called insights. You can show the insights, useful insights, numerical in a numbers too, and using the graphs too, which we will discuss slowly in the upcoming video sessions or the another lessons. But today, after the live session, I will upload one more like the video in evening that will contain the coding part of this lesson. Okay, so it improve accuracy and efficiency too, definitely. As we have discussed in the previous slide, by the time it automatically improves, right? So it in first time maybe it is giving you the 80 predictions correct, then 85, 90. So this is the that point. So yeah, these are the main domains used in a real world applications: healthcare, finance, e-commerce, etc. Healthcare, whether you want to predict if you want to predict whether the patient have a heart disease or not, diabetic or not, this is the very good examples of the healthcare domain. Finance, we can talk about the banking section, fraud detection cases. E-commerce, shopping, Walmart, supermarket, you have the data, you want to know about the sales of the data. So this is all example of your e-commerce, but there are more domains available. I have mentioned only the main one. Next is your types of machine learning. Okay, here you have the supervised machine learning, unsupervised, reinforcement, and semi-supervised learning. This is just the name. Okay. Again, I will say you don't need to be worried about right now, in detail. Don't stress yourself. Just listen it carefully. Try to understand the concept. Why I am giving you the theoretical knowledge first? Because I am going to use these buzzwords or terms again and again throughout the course. If this is not clear to you, you won't be able to have a deep understanding of the machine learning. This is the most important part, but right now you don't need to worry about what is it, how you will implement, because you are going to learn a lot. You are going to do many projects throughout the course. Okay, so now we will jump on to the here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so here the first definition, the definition of first machine learning type, that is supervised machine learning. So what is supervised? If you look at this term supervised, it is a self-explanatory. Supervised means under supervision. First, I will give you the layman example. Suppose I'm your instructor, you are my student. I'm giving you the some questions and also the answer. So I'm providing you the content with question and answer both, right? So I'm giving you the full content and you are just reading the question, you are understanding the answer, either you are understanding, either you are cramming, whatever way you choose, okay, according to your convenience. So you are doing everything under my supervision, then I am going to take your exam. I am giving you the question and then you are writing the answer. Okay, so you are doing everything under my supervision. Okay, so just suppose you are a machine, like I am the instructor giving the data to you. Okay, so this is called supervised machine learning. Now here we are using, now come to the technical definition. Model learns from label data. So this is the technical definition. Model, who is the model? You are the model. Learns from label data. Which label data? Because I am giving you the question and answer to. So what is the question? This is just the content, right? I'm telling you, if this is a question, this is answer. So answer is going to be your label data. Okay. So that's why we call it, you are learning from the question with the answer. I'm not giving you only the like a questions. I'm giving you the answers too. Okay. So that's why we call it model learns from the label data. That's why it is called supervised machine learning. Okay, used for prediction tasks, definitely I'm going to give you the, don't worry, example of the technical example of this one. We will continue with the house sale price example again. Okay, so here you can see model learns from the label data. If I'm asking you, can you predict the sale price of the house? You have a two features: number of room, area. Third is your target price. So you, in total, you have a three feature: number of rooms, area, sale price. So I am going to tell you, this is the number of rooms, this is the area, and this will be the price of the house. So sale price means label data. I'm telling you the price of the house too. So you can learn from it. Later on, you will predict it yourself. So this is called label data. And this is called supervised machine learning. Used for prediction, definitely, because you want to predict the sale price of the house. But when you are giving the new data, you are not telling them the price of the house. Because first I will give you the question with the answer, but when I will take your exam, I will only give you the questions. So same with this example, technical one. I am going to give you the number of rooms and area. You are going to predict the sale price when we are like I am taking your test, or when you are taking the test of machine. Okay, so this is called supervised machine learning. Examples: this is a type of your supervised machine learning: classification and regression. Classification means like your binary output, whether the patient have a heart disease or not, whether the patient is diabetic or not, true, false, positive, negative. This is called classification. Okay, regression, house sale price. This is the best example, because here is a whole number you are going to predict. There is a no to like the your output. Okay, but classification and regression I am going to explain in a very detail when we will jump onto the different type of the algorithms during the course. Okay, you can post your question if you have any. Unsupervised learning. What is unsupervised? Now, supervised means I was telling you the question with the answer. In unsupervised, I am only giving you the content. Okay. I'm not telling you the this is question, this is answer. I'm just showing the content on you. You are learning it yourself. You are deciding, like if I'm giving you the content of one portion of the machine learning, one portion of the Python, and one portion of the databases, you are going to separate them yourself. Okay, by looking at what can lie under what topic. Okay, that is called unsupervised machine learning. So we denote it: model learns the pattern from unlabeled data. Okay, that was the labeled data. There we will connect it again with the house sale price example. Here what you are going to do, you are going to give the machine number of rooms and your area. Okay, and your machine, and the third column you can give the price of the house too, but there will be the no label, no target. There will be the no target, as in a technical terms. In supervised there was the target sale price, but there is a no target. So what your machine is going to do, it will make a groups. like one group which contains the number of rooms 5 and the area between 2000 square feet to 3000 square feet, and then it is deciding this will be the price. So it is a separate one group, and then in a second group it is going to put the data records in an output. The number of rooms are 2 and the area between 1000 to 1500 square feet and prices. So it is going to make a separate groups in under unsupervised learning. Okay, and we call it clustering. And the second part of the unsupervised is dimensionality reduction. This is a huge topic actually, but I will give you the very small and basic definition of this one. If you have the features like 6, 10, 20, 30, what you are going to do, using your dimensionality reduction, that is the PCA1 principal component algorithm, you are going to apply and you are going to reduce the feature, and you are going to use only the feature which is required for your model and helpful. But yes, definitely we will work on this in a detail with the coding example, but in upcoming sessions. Today our goal is to like understand the basic terms of these machine learning, because this is most important. Don't try to go so far, don't rush, don't push yourself too much, just try to understand, take it easy. Okay, examples of K means PCA. This is the main example of unsupervised. Semi-supervised, actually this is the very interesting type of the machine learning, because it contains both supervised and unsupervised mixture. Here you have the some data which is labeled, some data unlabeled. So sometimes we use it, and this is very very useful, because to find, to collect the label data is cost is very expensive. So we sometimes use the unlabeled data. So what it does, semi-supervised, it use some portion of the labeled data but large portion of the unlabeled data. Why might be you are thinking why it is taking the like a labeled data if we have a collection of the unlabeled data too? Why we are if it is expensive, why we are using it? Because if you are providing some portion of the label data, it will be easy for the machine to build a strong relationship between the feature, and your model can be good, better than the like your with the unlabeled data. So it will learn more and understand the relationship between the features, like the independent features and the target. Okay, so this is called semi-supervised machine learning. Okay, and then this is a summary. Actually, this is the very good like the example for you. You can take the screenshot of this one. Look at this supervised learning. Here your all target variable is labeled. You have the image data where you have a two type of images, cat and dog, and you are telling the machine these are the features like two eyes size, legs, ear size, their voice, right? And this will be the cat. You are telling the machine. Okay, and dog. So you are going to like giving the label data. This is supervised machine learning. Here unsupervised learning, no label, see only the pictures, right? We discuss it in the unsupervised. So this is a very good like the screen like the example of your semi supervised. Some data is labeled and others are no, unlabeled. We don't know what is this, whether it is a cat, dog, right? So this is a summary of your all different machine learning types. And now we will jump onto the reinforcement. This is the widely used your type of machine learning in real world. Here model learns through trial and error actually. Okay, so you can connect it with the robot example which I have given you in the first slide. Remember, when you are going to train a robot, you teach the robot first time. If someone is asking you how are you, you need to answer I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Okay, so first time your robot only learns I'm doing well. It is not saying more than that. So you are going to give the one reward to the robot. Okay, here you answer correct only with the one line, because he did not speak the next two lines, so you are giving the two penalty to the robots. Okay, so this reinforcement learning is work based on the receives rewards or penalties. So your robot is going to be learn based on the rewards and penalties. Second time it answers the with the true lines, you give the two rewards and so on. That's why we call it model learns through the trial and error. So it will keep learning itself by the time, by the experience. And then it is very popular in robotics, gaming, and automation. Okay. All right. So this is a popular machine learning algorithms: linear regression, logistic regression, decision trees, random forest, sport vector machine, k-means, neural network. I have mentioned the most common and most widely used algorithms name here. Definitely you are going to learn in the course too. I will try my best to give you the best coding example using best data set, so you can learn as much as in the machine learning. Okay, and now, all right, so now till so far what you we have discussed. If you have any question, I'm giving you the 1 minute to post your questions. I will stop sharing. From here, we will continue again after 2 minutes. Okay. So we will now till so far we have discussed about the your start with what is machine learning, types of machine learning. I have given you the examples. Then we have discussed like about the different type of the algorithms you are going to learn, why you use the machine learning, what is the importance, what are the main domains. So this is all about the basic concepts. Okay. Now this topic is most important again, because here what I am going to discuss with you, you are going to apply in each and every lesson in the your course, which is like the upcoming videos. Okay, just give me 1 second, let me stop sharing. And all right, so I did not see any question here yet. So what we will do, I will continue the lesson. Okay. So here we go. All right. So machine learning model life cycle from data to deployment. Okay. So I'm going to tell you the here main steps which you are going to follow when you are jumping or preparing your model, what step you should follow. Okay. So the very first step is problem definition. This step mostly 99% student ignores. They like we think like this is easy, what we need to do, we only need to understand the data, we already know what the data is going to do, right? But I always recommend my each and every student focus on this, spend your maximum time on this, because right now when you are not in the real world, you are just at a learning stage. We are telling you this is a data, we are going to predict whether the patient is heart disease or not. I am telling you the goal, but in real world nobody is going to tell you the goal. Okay, they're going to tell their problem, they are going to tell you like this is my data, I want you to solve my this problem. Being a data analyst or data scientist, this is your duty to tell them what you can do with the data. At this stage you are going to understand about the data. Suppose I'm just giving you the data, right? Supermarket, I'm just asking you the question what you will do with my data, so what will be your answer, right? So this is step jump in. This is what you will discuss with the stakeholder. You will discuss here with the domain expertise, like what is the importance of the features, how many features you have, how they are correlated with each other. You will do the theoretical discussion with them. Why this is important? Because when you apply the statistics method during analysis, this is going to be the most important step in your decision making. So this is the most important step. You need to like understand the defined business objective, identify the input data, what will be the expected output, and success matrices. Okay, so this is the most important step. Don't ignore this step. This is the most important to build a strong and good model for your machine. Okay, and next one is your data collection. This is actually hardest part. Okay, when we are at a learning stage, in my time, I found it like, when I was at a learning stage, I found it very easy because I was getting the CSV file. I download the data, I know from where to download the data. But in real time, when I start working, it's a hard. Okay, but don't worry. If you at a learning stage, if try to you understand the important importance of this one, and you learn all tools how to collect the data, it will be very easy for you. Okay, because data collection is going to take your too much time. If your stakeholder come to you, they provide you only 1,000 records, but to build a model you need a more records. You are asking to the stakeholder, like, provide me more data, but they tell you, just collect the data from this website, collect the data from this database, collect the data, scrap the data from here. So being a data analyst, this is your duty to collect the data. And for that, you need to gather the raw data. You should aware with the databases, APIs, scrapping, sensors, data storage considerations. So you don't need to be expert in all. Actually, these are the just tools. If you are expert in a one database like a SQL, NoSQL, right? That is fine. Okay. APIs, you should have the basic knowledge at least. It's important. Scrapping, always recommended, because scrapping has a big hand in data collection actually. Okay, so the third step is, this is data cleaning and preparation. Handle missing value, most important. So what is missing value? If again we can connect it with the your example, house sale price. In the house sale price, let's say you have 100 records. Out of 100 records, they are missing 3 or 4 records. There it is not showing number of rooms, it is not showing the area. So that is part of, is called missing value. So you need to handle them. But right now we are not going to the coding part, because we will jump into when we will have the session on the coding part. Okay, remove duplicates and noise, feature engineering, train, test, split. I will explain each and every step in detail, definitely. Okay, but try to understand what type of the steps you need to take under this third step in machine learning life cycle. So what was the first step? Your problem identification. Second step, data collection. Third step, cleaning and preparation. Okay, and your model training. Fourth step, you will select the machine learning algorithm. If you, what kind of a problem you like are going to solve. Remember, in the first step, if you know what kind of the problem you are going to like a solve, are you going to predict or you are going to classify, or it is a, there is a no label data. Okay, so here you will decide which algorithm you are going to apply, like logistic regression, decision tree, random forest. This will be in your hand. So this is a part of model training. And then train using labeled data, unlabeled data, tune hyperparameters. This is more technical part, but I like just understand these three like a different type of the processes come under model training. We will discuss it in detail, the tune the hyperparameters, when we will reach at coding level. Okay. Model evaluation, this is the most important before deployment, and you should spend a lot of time after data analysis on this point, because to train the machine, it's not a big deal. If your analysis is good and your evaluation is good, your model is going to be super. Okay, evaluation means you are going to check if your model is going to be work according to your expectations or according to expectations of the stakeholder. Even you are working at a learning stage, just keep in your mind you are working for stakeholder and you are doing a job. If you keep in your mind this point, you will give your best. But don't take it easy from the day one. Okay, just focus on the machine learning at a deeper level. Why it is happening, what is happening, what will happen. These three questions should always be in your mind when you are in AI, when you are learning the the machine learning. Okay, here is you will check the accuracy models accuracy. These are the just name of the matrices we use. Cross validation, compare multiple models. Okay, so these are the processes we apply according to the algorithm. These all processes is not going to be applied on each and every model. This is according to your actually algorithm. Okay, but I have written the all the different type of the model evaluation matrices, but it also depend upon your type of the problem, type of the algorithm you are going to apply on your data. Okay, and after that deployment, everybody wait for this point. This is convert the model to API. Definitely we need to convert our model into API so you can use it. What is the functionality of the API? It's just a bridge between your model and the front end. That's it, nothing more than that. This is very easy. And deploy using cloud or servers. Wherever you want to deploy, you can deploy the model on the Streamlit, Amazon. I have built a lot of videos on this. You can check out my machine learning playlist, but definitely we will deploy in this course too. Integrate with the applications wherever you want to integrate it, using HTML, CSS, front end, Streamlit, whatever you want to use. Okay, but don't rush for this point. Actually, at a beginner level, student jump onto the data analysis. They do the analysis very fast because they curious to know how to apply the model. Okay, and then deploy the model. But don't do this. I can understand your curiosity. I was in my time, I was at a same stage. But most important is first step, second step, third step. Applying model is just a line piece of code, because you're not going to do anything inside the model, right? You apply the model, it is going to teach the machine how to build up the relationship. You're not going to inside it. In your hand is data analysis actually. Okay, in your hand evaluation. So deployment is the last part, and it is a very cost expensive one. So don't rush for this step. Just first test your model properly before launching this into the market. Okay, and then this is the monitoring and maintenance. No, your duty is not done. Once you deploy the model, being a good data scientist, this is your duty to track it, detect it, and retrain it, how it is working. Definitely, right? If you are buying something from the market, the customers keep on calling you, right? How was our service, something like that. This is same with it. Okay, this is the steps we have discussed. You can take a screenshot if you want for this one. And in my second part, I am going to discuss coding part in the next video, this one. Okay, but when I will upload this video, this will be the most simplest model at a start. But from the next week, you are going to learn from the intermediate level. My goal is to start with the beginner level. Like you should know what tools you Python you need, and then you have the basic idea about the machine learning life cycle. And just to give you the coding example of how you are going to do the analysis and then modeling with the simplest data. Then we will move on to the little complex data. Okay, and we will do you will learn different type of the popular algorithms. Okay, and then now this is the portion which I'm going to do in the coding part too. Remember, in the machine learning life cycle we discussed about the First step, problem identification. Second part, collection of data. Third is cleaning and preparing data. So this is about the first three steps, which you are going to learn with the simplest model, with the coding part in the upcoming video. Okay. So before that, just think about why you care about the data. Okay. Like if you have any answer, you want to post a comment, you can. Every day we create tons of information, from shopping online to checking the weather. Either you are doing the online shopping and checking the weather, right? There is a lot of data. So this information is called data, and data analysis helps us make sense of it so we can make a better decision. Okay. So if you have the application which is telling you about the weather, how it is working behind this machine learning, because you are giving the data, you are just saying, what will be the temperature today? It is going to check based on the today. What will be the forecast of 7 days? It is taking the data, right, and giving you the output. So that is called data analysis. Okay. What is data analysis? Data analysis is equal to looking at data carefully to find useful information. Okay. It answers the questions like, what is happening, why is it happening, what will happen next. Being a data analyst, this is your duty. These three questions, never forget. Either you are at a learning stage, either you are working. Okay. So these three questions should always be in your mind. Okay. If these three questions in your mind, you will become expert data analyst. Okay. Even it is a simple data set, why this is happening, what is happening with my data set, if I have applied this statistical method, what will be the output, what will happen next. Okay. So this will help you to bring a useful insights from your data. Okay. So types of data you are going to handle, this is numbers, quantitative data. This is sales number, temperature, which quantitative number data means numbers, which we can measure. Okay. Second data type you are going to handle qualitative text data, where there are no numbers. So these two kind of the data you are going to find in real world too. Okay. We are not going to discuss it in a detail because this is not the right time. Today our goal is just to like understand basic terms. Okay. Steps in a data analysis: collect data, and then you have a explore data. Explore means just looking at the data, how many features, how many records, how many missing value, how many duplicates. Okay. And just talking with the domain expertise, stakeholder. Okay. So this is called exploration of the data. You are not taking any action on it. Okay. I will show you in the coding part actually. Okay. So might be you are thinking how I will explore the data only by looking at it in the Excel sheet. No, you are going to use Python for this. Okay. And then you will act on data actually. Act on data means if there is a missing value, you are going to handle it. Okay. And you are going to explore the data. Like if you want to like draw a graph where you want to show uh, what is the count of the house records which contains a room number, total room numbers 5 to 10. You want to draw the bar graph, so you need to group by something. You are going to apply some formulas on that. Okay. So this means you are going to take a action on the data using Python tools. That is called we call it actually explanatory. Okay. And then clean data, you will clean it using like data, interpret the data. If you're drawing any graph, you should be like a good enough to tell what it is doing. That is called interpretation of the data. Because if you want to become a data analyst, if you are not good storyteller, so that is going to like reduce your like the expertise. You should be very very good technical person as well and storyteller as well. How you are going to interpret the your graphs to the stakeholder. Your stakeholder can be technical, they can be non-technical. If they're technical, they are going to ask you a lot of questions. Even if they are not technical, they are might say you, I don't understand this graph, how you are explaining. So you should be good enough. You need to make a balance between it. Okay. And then tools required for data handling. Okay, so you can use a Microsoft Google Sheets. I don't use it. This is not my core expertise. I'm going to teach you using Python. Okay. So CSV, JSON, text file handling, data cleaning and formatting basics. These are the tools you are going to use. And Python definitely. Pandas for data manipulation, because Python pandas library is the most important library where you will use do the data manipulation. Like if you want to group by, you want to take the average, mean, mode, median, everything. NumPy for the numerical data, Jupyter notebooks for the experiment, right? IDE environment, I showed you in the first lesson, the Python one. Databases, you don't need to be expert in all. You can pick up any database in which you are comfortable. If you are expert in a one database, no company wants you to be expert in each and every database. Okay, because every company has a different databases, they have a different requirement. But if you are expert in one database, they will consider you. Okay. Data collection tools, API and web scrapings. Okay. Postman for the API testing, this is a Postman get request, those one. Beautiful Soap and Scrappy, this is a Python libraries you can use, okay, to scrap the data. Just to try to understand the tool's name, you don't need to be take a deep dive right now. I will teach you each and everything slowly, that should be fit in your mind. Okay. And then data visualization tools. This is a Python libraries, Matplotlib and Plotly. All are my favorite actually. Tableau and Power BI. This is the tool we use. Uh, this is a third party tool and they have some graphical tools themselves. You can use the Excel sheets. You can use the Python with it. This is very popular. I have some lessons posted using Tableau too on my channel. Seaborn for statistical plots. This is very popular. Seaborn actually is a child of Matplotlib. Matplotlib is the parent and Plotly is awesome library. Okay. All right. So this was the all about today's live session. Uh, and I will see you in the next lesson today in evening, or I will upload in some time. If you still have any question, you can post your comments here. I'm waiting for you. I am another 5 minutes here. Okay. And then you can post your doubts too. If you have already watched my first video, that is the Python basics. Okay. So you can post your question. Most welcome. If you have any question, you can ask me any questions you have. If you have a if you share your goal, what you want to become, like a data scientist, data analyst, if you want to become machine learning engineer, right? I can guide you in that too. Okay. Just post your question. This is much appreciated. Keep watching it. I have a in my on my channel you can watch the detailed basics of Python playlist. And in this course, you are going to learn about the only machine learning. Okay. Do we have learn all functions uh, or read documentation every time we code? No. Don't worry about it. Okay. Don't worry about the code, because my experience says I always recommend my students, whenever you are learning, let's say you are working on one examples. Okay. Yes, NumPy or Pandas, but you don't need to memorize the code actually. When you are typing the code with your hand, you will become expert. Let's say if you are using the house sale price data, right? Pandas and dumpy is always used in each machine learning model. So you will be habitual of this one, but don't try to cram the functions, because every like your machine learning algorithm will have the different type of the functions you need to use according to the data for the data manipulation. Okay, but don't worry, it's very easy. I will like give you the coding lessons like this way. You will learn it as well and you will understand it as well. Okay, my goal is to help you to make the coding at a like a very easy level, and your machine learning, how you will follow that. Okay, if you stuck somewhere, you can go to the documentation, just read it, what does this function means, what does it do. But by the time, by the experience, you will learn it itself. But at a beginner level, you don't need to worry about it right now. Any other questions? This is much appreciated. I appreciate your questions. Good questions, very good. Any other question in your mind? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining this session. I much appreciate it. I really appreciate like joining this session. And yes, definitely, I am going to upload today about the basics of the data analysis video. After this live session, I'm going to prepare that. That is the most simplest with the minimal steps. Okay, but it will clear your concepts about the data analysis. Just focus on the data analysis. Take a baby steps. I will take you at the expert level. You don't need to worry about it. Okay, take a baby steps with me. Okay, and any other question in your mind? All right. So all of you can look my playlist. Definitely, I will like share my all playlist links, and I will also share one step by step data analysis video link which I have uploaded previously. After watching today's video, you can watch that video too, and if you have any questions, you can come again in the doubt session and you can clear your concepts, ask me the questions. Most welcome. Okay, and thank you so much for joining this session, much appreciated. See you in the next session. Have a good one. Good night. Good luck.